Hello, this is Kamal Vyas, your Scrum guide. In Scrum, estimating user stories using story points helps team understand the effort required to complete the work. But story points are not just about time. In this video, let's understand how to estimate story points correctly and effectively so that teams can plan with clarity and confidence. Story points are a relative measure of the effort required to complete a user story. They represent how big or small a story feels compared to other stories. When teams estimate story points, they consider four key factors. The first is complexity, meaning how difficult the solution is. The second is the amount of work involved. The third is uncertainty or the risk, such as unknown requirements or new technology. And the fourth factor is time required, but only as one input, not the main driver. Instead of estimating in hours, teams compare stories with each other to decide which one is bigger or smaller. To support this relative estimation, most Scrum teams use the Fibonacci sequence. This usually includes the number 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, 13, and 21. As the numbers increase, the gaps get larger. This is intentional. Bigger stories come with more uncertainty and risk, so we avoid fine-grained precision. Planning poker cards often show these numbers and help teams think in ranges rather than exact values. Now let's walk through a simple step-by-step approach to estimating story points. First, select a reference story. This should be a small, well-understood story that the whole team agrees is clear. Next, assign this story a baseline value, such as 2 or 3 points. This baseline becomes your anchor. After that, take another story and compare it to the baseline. Ask whether it feels about the same size, slightly bigger, or much bigger. The team then discusses differences in complexity, effort, risk, and time. To make this collaborative, use planning poker. Each team member selects a card privately and reveals it at the same time. If the estimates differ, especially between the highest and lowest value, those team members explain their reasoning. The team clarifies assumptions, discusses concern, and then votes again. This continues until the team reaches a shared agreement. The goal is not a perfect number, but a shared understanding. There are some best practices that make story point estimation more effective. Always estimate as a team, because different perspectives matter. Keep discussions focused on understanding the work, not depending numbers. Avoid overanalysis, especially for small stories. If a story feels too large, break it into smaller stories before estimating. And remember, estimation is a skill that improves with practice and consistency. It's also important to avoid common mistakes. One mistake is estimating story point only based on how long the work might take. Another is allowing management to force estimates on the team. A third is rushing through estimation without enough clarity. These behaviors reduce trust and accuracy. To summarize, story point helps Scrum team estimate effort relatively, improve predictability, and plan better sprints. When teams collaborate, compare consistently, and learn over time, estimations become easier and more accurate. Thank you for watching. I hope this video gave some insights on how to estimate story points.